Here, our final example today, and this is different than the other three. Let's take a look at the word that makes it different, or the words. Is increased by. Okay, so again, there's a percent in the problem, but it's increased by a percent. That makes it different. Okay, so every other one's been like some percent of some number is some number. It's not increasing or decreasing, it's just saying a percent of. Now it's saying 75 is increased by 150%. What is the result? So, anytime you see percent, the word of is supposed to happen after the word percent. Okay, and it doesn't in this problem. So what I want to do is I want to manufacture the word of, and I want to get the correct number next to it in order to create the correct structure. So, 150% of whatever number this is implied. So this is an implied of, but anytime you have a number that's being increased or decreased by a percent, it's being increased or decreased by a percent of itself. So 75 is being increased by a percent of 75. If this was 22, this will be 22. So whatever that number that is, it's the same over here. Okay? Now if I just translate these words into an expression, 75 is increased by is plus, 150% is 150 100ths. The word percent is Latin for divided by 100. So 150 divided by 100 of 75. So again, we just do a direct translation, do a little Latin, impress our parents with the Latin that we just learned.
Okay.
What's percent mean?
Divided
by 100. Per divided by cent 100. Divided by 100. Alright, so 150 divided by 100 of 75.
Do you use 75 twice?
Yes, 75 gets used twice. And if it was 50, it'd be 50 twice. If it was 22, 22 twice. Whatever this number is used twice because that number is implied to be the same number over there every time.
Why can't you just take 1.5 times 75 plus 75?
That works the same because 1.5 is the same as 150 100s, right?
Yeah.
Take your pick. If you want to use 1.5, that's fine. So, if I take my calculator then, because I don't trust my own ability to multiply here, if I do 75 plus 150 divided by 100 times 75 equals, just type in exactly what goes on my paper into my calculator, it tells me the right answer, 187.5. If you want it to be less determinant on, or less dependent upon your calculator, this equals 3 halves, right? So 75 plus 3 halves times 75. And of course, 3 times 75 is 225. And half of 225 is 112.5. Added to 75 makes 187.5 also. If you want to be a little more self-sufficient, I have to use a calculator.
I did it way different than that, and I got the right answer.
All right, that's
I
fine.
did 75 divided by 2, and I got 37.5.